If you've been telling yourself, I just need the right idea to get started, that is not actually the problem. The real reason most professionals stay stuck in the thinking about it phase isn't because they lack ideas, it's because they're missing the one filter that separates random ideas from the ones that can actually make them money. So today I am sharing what I call the number one secret to finding your profitable business idea. And no, it's not a brainstorming session and it's not a list of trendy niches that are happening right now. This is the same shift that helped me go from the corporate life to building a business that has supported me for over 18 years now. And it's what I walk my clients through when they're finally ready to stop overthinking and start something real. I'm Jewell Staley, Wharton MBA, former Wall Street executive turned entrepreneur, and I help high achieving professionals turn their experience into income so they can build a business that gives them freedom, fulfillment, and financial independence. So, if you've come here and you're wondering about how to actually figure out what business to start, then this is where you're going to begin. So, let's get into it. I want to take you back to when I was figuring out what I wanted to do. Like many of you, I had a resume, I had the experience, but when it came to starting a business, I was overthinking everything. I was trying to be strategic, but the real clarity came when I asked myself this one question: what is the thing that I would do all day for free? Right? So ask yourself that question. What's the one thing that you would do all day long for free? Not because I had to do something, but because I genuinely loved doing it. And too many people get caught up in what I can do to make money, right? So this seems simple, but this question really cuts through all of the noise, right? So again, it's not what would make you the most money. It's not what's hot right now. It's not even what do I think people might want, right? That comes later, but that's not initially what it is. But it's what about what lights you up and what comes naturally. Because when you build from that place, you bring energy, you bring confidence. And then that's when you're consistent. And that's when the things that actually attract clients come into place. And that's how you really start to create real results. Right. And so that's what I did. And so for me, it was real estate. And that's what lit me up. And that was something that I knew I would do all day long for free. And that's how I got started. That's the industry that I got started. And I'm still in the real estate industry. So if you are stuck trying to figure out your business idea, I want you to ask yourself, what do people always ask me for help with? Right? So these are those things that a lot of times we often take for granted and we write it off as it's no big deal, but it's something that people think of you for this thing and they come to you for this thing, right? So it's usually very second nature. So you don't usually notice it, but it's something that you're usually really just maybe naturally good at. The second question is anyone currently being paid for this? Right? So that's a clue. So it could be you, right? You could be currently doing this and you could be currently getting paid for this in your actual job, right? But maybe somebody else is also getting paid for it. And it's not something you're doing, but it's something someone else is getting paid for, right? So maybe it's some kind of like innate talent or passion or something like that that you ideally would love to do. And you know that people are making money at it, right? So that's a clue, right? If the market is valuing this and they're putting money into it and people are paying for this, whether it's from you, from your employer, or from someone that you see on the outside, you can position that into a business, right? So that's the other way to look at it. And then, of course, there's always, am I currently being paid to do this, right? So yes, you can offer what you're doing right now in a way that gives you more freedom. Great, you can make money with it. But I don't want you to think that because you're doing something right now, right, in the job that you have right now, but that you have to start a business doing what you're currently doing, right? Because I certainly didn't do that, right? I was working on Wall Street and I certainly did not intend to start a business doing what I was doing then, which was really helping global fund managers invest their money. Not at all what I decided to do. I actually took a completely different route. And so that's okay. So oftentimes I think people also get stuck because they think it has to be related to what they're currently doing now. You're trying to figure out how do I turn that into a business. So just remember, your profitable business doesn't have to look like your current career, right? It just has to be rooted in the value that you already know how to deliver. And oftentimes you can take innate skills and skills that you've developed in your current employment and transfer that into a business as well. So it's not always so black and white. So just to recap, number one, when it comes to thinking about an idea, think of something that you would do for free. Now, you're not going to do it for free because that would not be profitable, right? Talking about starting a profitable business. But that's a clue, right? If there's something that you would do all day long for free and people are currently paying for it, you can make money with that, okay? So keep your eyes open. And then number two, ask yourself, what do people always come to me for? What are they always asking me for help with? And if for some reason you're having a memory block and you can't think of it, ask the people around you. What do you think I'm good at? What do you think I'm an expert at? What would you come to me for? People often have a view of you that you may not have of yourself. And so it might be something that you've overlooked because it seems so easy to you. Like I know for me, one of my superpowers that I certainly have been told that I kind of underestimate is the ability to charge premium pricing for the clients that I work with and for the services that I do, right? And so a lot of people have a hard time asking for the money and charging premium pricing. I'll cover that probably in another video, but that's my superpower, right? And so I only really started to recognize that when someone told me that, hey, you know, that's actually not that easy for a lot of people. And so I noticed that that's something that a lot of people need help with. So I wanted to point that out. Ask around if you don't for some reason remember. So thank you so much for watching. I know this is something that keeps a lot of people stuck. And so it doesn't have to keep you stuck. Don't overthink it. Choose something that you know you love. Choose something that you know people are already getting paid to do, whether it's you currently or someone else. And choose something that you know that other people are always asking you for help with, right? Because if people are asking for help with this, that means that they're willing to pay you for it, right? So if today's video spoke to you, please be sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs this. And remember, you're not behind. You're just one small step away from building something that's truly yours. And if you're ready to take that step, check out the resources that I've linked below that I've created with you in mind. And I'll see you in the next one.